back, everyone. The Halloween Haunts, 365.com, the podcast. I'm Jared.
Hi, I'm Terry.
Today, we have some fun stuff going on for you. We are reviewing one of my favorite movies, The Conjuring. Wow, look at that editing take off. I like it. It's coming together. A lot of cool scenes in there.
It is.
Yeah.
You did good.
We're getting there. We're getting there. Alright, so before we get to that, we need to talk to Jimmy J and find out about the Friday the 13th mini-con. Here's Jimmy.
Friday the 13th weekend, May 13th and 14th, it is all going down right here on the grounds of the Blairstown Diner. Laura Marie Taylor, Ron Milkey, Ron Sloan, Debbie Voorhees, Tracy Savage. I mean, we have a lineup of guests coming out for the weekend. And not only are we celebrating Friday the 13th, but we are celebrating 13 Fanboy. And with that being said, we have the lead actress, Haley Greenbauer herself, making her way to Blairstown. This is history in the making, folks. Get your tickets now. F13 Minicon.eventbrite.com. That is F13 Minicon.eventbrite.com. Jason's here early. Folks, like I said, it's going to be a killer weekend in Blairstown, going down at the iconic Blairstown Diner. Be a part of the history in the making. We'll see you there.
Whatever, some scheduling, but that's okay. Open tomorrow. Feel the screams.
Yes.
We'll be there. We're going
will
tomorrow.
Be there.
Let's see it. Too cool. I can't wait.
I can't
wait.
I can't wait.
Let's go. Can we go now?
You can't. I mean, you could. You just got to sit in your car.
He'd probably let me in.
He'll give you a hammer till you get to work.
He probably would, too. And I would. I totally would. All right. Also open tomorrow. Brighton Asylum. Get your tickets now. Let's go.
Yep.
And we're back.
Yes, we are.
What are we doing? The Conjuring. Conjuring. Yeah, make sure you guys get to those haunts tomorrow. It'll be fun. Come say hi to us and feel the screams. We'll be out there, loud and proud, with, bothering everyone for an interview. So come stop by, say hi. Make sure you stop now. Like the channel. Like the video. Subscribe.
Is Tim going?
I gotta ask him. I haven't talked to him.
Yeah, you have to reach out to him.
We will. Alright, so let us get into The Conjuring. This is easily one of my favorite movies of all time. The Conjuring, directed by James Wan, released July 19th, 2013. Budget of $20 million, has grossed $319.5 million.
That is insane.
It is a 7.5 out of 10 on IMDb, 86% Rotten Tomatoes, 68 Metacritic, and we're going to jump into the cast. Vera Farmiga as Lorraine Warren, Patrick Wilson as Ed Warren, Lily Taylor as Carolyn Perron. It's Perron. It's Perron. Ron Livingston, the man, as Roger Perron. Shanley Caswell as Andrea Perron, Haley McFarland as Nancy Perron, Joey King as Christine Perron, Mackenzie Foy as Cindy Perron. There's a lot of Perrons.
Can you imagine having all those kids?
Hell no.
And all girls. Wow.
Kayla Deaver as April Perrin. Shannon Cook as Drew Thomas. John Brotherton as Brad Hamilton. Sterling Juris as Judy Warren. Marion Goit as Georgiana Morin. Steve Coulter as Father Gordon. Joseph Bashara as Bathsheba, that's it. Bathsheba Sherman. Morgana May as Debbie. Amy Tipton as Camilla. Zach Pappas as Rick. Christophe Villian as Maurice Thuralt. Lorraine Warren as a woman in the audience, uncredited. So she was in the movie.
Oh, wow.
She's the old lady sitting up front. You know that?
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Alright, let's get into the plot real quick, and we'll give our review. In 1971, Roger and Carolyn Perrin move into a farmhouse in Harrisville, Rhode Island, with their 5 daughters, Andrea, Nancy, Christine, Cindy, and April. Their dog, Sadie, refuses to enter the house. They discover the entrance to a cellar which has been boarded up. Paranormal events occur within the first few nights. Every clock in the house stops at 3:07 a.m. Yeah, I'm leaving. Birds fly into their window. And, this is the 70s? 1971. Shit's made to last back then. So if all your clocks are dying at the same fucking time, you got a problem.
I would say so.
First,
I don't know if I would actually leave right then and there.
we didn't leave the other house, so.
Yeah, but they weren't bad.
Well, I'll move on. I don't want to start chomping on ice like a certain other podcaster we know.
Yeah. He's an ass.
Rob Dog. Birds fly into the windows. Sadie is found dead in the morning, and Carolyn wakes up with large bruises. One night, Christine encounters a malevolent spirit. Another night, Carolyn hears clapping in the hallway and becomes trapped in the basement. And,
That's when I would have left.
yeah.
I mean, we heard knocking, but...
Yeah. Andrea and Cindy are attacked in their bedroom by a spirit believed to be one that Christine had encountered. Caroline then reaches out to demonologist Ed and Lorraine Warren, who have recently investigated a possessed dog called Annabelle. The Warrens agree to take the case and conduct an initial investigation, during which Lorraine, a clairvoyant, sees the dark forces have latched onto the Perrin family, and leaving the house will not free them. To gather evidence, they place cameras, recorders, and bells around the house with the help of their assistant Drew Thomas and police officer Brad Hamilton. Further...
We're fully aware of that equipment.
Yep, ours was a lot more high-tech. Further research reveals that the house once belonged to an accused witch named Bathsheba Sherman, a relative of Marytown Eastie, who was killed on the cross at the Salem witch trials.
Okay.
Who sacrificed her week-old baby to the devil and killed herself in 1863 at 3:07 in the morning after cursing all who take her land. They find reports of numerous murders and suicide throughout the years in the house that were built on the property. One morning, Bathsheba appears to Carolyn and vomits black bile into her mouth, fully possessing her. Lorraine sees Bathsheba's corpse hanging in the tree behind the house. That night, from the EVPs coming from the radio, the group hears a spirit luring Cindy into the wardrobe, where she reveals a secret passage. Lorraine enters the passage and falls through the floorboards to the cellar, where she sees the spirit of a woman whom Bathsheba has possessed long ago and used to kill her child. Lorraine loses a locket containing a picture of the Warrens' daughter, Judy. Bathsheba attacks Nancy. The incident is caught on camera. The Warrens concluded it is sufficient evidence to receive authorization from the Catholic Church to perform an exorcism on the house. The Perrin family decides to take refuge at a motel, while Ed and Lorraine take their evidence to Father Gordon, their liaison at the Catholic Church. Father Gordon explains that the approval for the exorcism would have to come directly from the Vatican because the Perrin family aren't members of the church. Man, people are in trouble. Just fucking go help them. Fucking.
This is a sus.
Judy is attacked in the Warrens' own home by Bathsheba, who was sitting on a chair and used Annabelle before narrowly saved by her father. Annabelle returns in the box and Bathsheba returns to her own land. Carolyn takes Christine and April back to the house to kill them. Ed, Lorraine, and Brad find Carolyn in the cellar trying to stab Christine. As Roger and Drew fight to stop her, Lorraine warns Ed, Roger, and Drew that if they take Carolyn outside the house, Bathsheba will kill her. The group tied Carolyn to a chair inside. Ed decides the exorcism cannot wait and decides to attempt it himself. Though Caroline escapes and attempts to kill April, Lorraine is able to call to Carolyn by reminding her of a special memory she shared with her family, allowing Ed to complete the exorcism and save them, lifting Bathsheba's curse, forcing her to reveal herself to those present, and damning her to hell. After expelling Bathsheba from Caroline's body, the Perrin family reunites. April gives Lorraine the locket that she lost in the cellar. Returning home, Ed adds the haunted music box from the farmhouse to the room of cursed artifacts that they have collected from past cases. And also, that they have a case in Long Island.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Which would be the Amityville.
Amityville. Right.
Correct. I'd like to see a Conjuring mix on the Amityville.
Oh, that would be interesting.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like a different take on the Amityville. Even though both movies are great, even the remake was good. But I'd like to see, like, the Conjuring version of the Amity House.
Yes. That'd be cool.
But I think we kind of missed it, because I think the devil... But we went back before.
Yeah.
I think it would be cool. I'm sure there's licensing rights and everything to that. Alright, so... Let's get into our scoring, shall we?
Yes.
We shall?
Yes, we should.
Okay. First up, wake up my thingy here.
Oh my god.
Cast, you're on 5 blood splats. Great cast. I don't have a single complaint in this entire cast.
I don't either.
And
They
that's
were
rare
all
for
good.
me. Yep, they were fantastic. Great. Even the kid actors were great. Such a good movie. Next up, Fear Factor 5. Scary movie. A lot of jump scares. A lot of creepy shit. A lot of history. Cool movie. Next up, special effects. I'm going 5 because it wasn't fully 3D mock-ups.
Right.
Like when she was possessed, that was real time. That was makeup. That was old school
Exactly.
effects. They had some, but it was a good mix, and I like what they did. Next up, score. They did a perfect job on Haunted House score. The slight little piano rings and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Such a
I
great
would
job.
agree.
And after that, we're going to go plot 5. Yeah, I gotta change that text. I don't like these anymore. I'm gonna do full screens.
Okay.
Think it'll look better.
Yes, I do.
Maybe add a little music to it. Maybe like a 2-second thing.
Yeah.
Like da-da-da. Something.
Something like that.
Yeah. Coming soon. I gotta get it all ready for haunt season, so I get to play with all this stuff with the movie reviews. Alright. And overall, big shocker, 5 stars.
Yeah, it was a really good movie.
It was. It's one of my favorite. It made my top
Mine
15.
too.
And we had some jumping, so we know where we gotta go. Alright. And how many times did Terry jump? 5 times.
I didn't think it was that many.
I counted. It's right here.
Of course you did.
It's right here.
Of course you did.
It's part of the game, man. We gotta have a scene. Gotta add you into this more. That picture is great.
That is absolutely horrible.
We're gonna leave it up for the rest of the show. Before I get killed. Alright, so some of our favorite scenes. Demon on the cabinet. I have a picture of that. Look at that. That's horrifying. She was scary as shit. Great makeup.
Look at the nose.
Yeah. Yeah. But how that scene worked was they never looked up until the very end, and you weren't expecting her to be up there.
No.
So it was a great startle jump. Great job. Kids being thrown across the room. Holy crap. I've never seen anything like that in a horror movie.
That was
little ass kids being thrown by their hair through walls. Like, damn! Damn, son!
She had to cut the hair.
She had to cut the hair to get them off. Crazy scene. Oh, it was good. Another one, Annabelle vs. Judy.
I'd like to know how they did that.
Probably, maybe it could have been computer animated. That looked computer animated.
I don't know.
Well, I mean, they in The Exorcist, they pulled people on things.
That's
I don't
true.
think they were doing that to little kids, though. So I have a feeling that was computer animated.
Okay. It was pretty cool.
It was a cool scene. Annabelle vs. Judy at the Warrens' home, where she sees Annabelle.
Oh, yeah.
And then all shit starts flying, and then he's there to save the day. And the next up, I have another picture of the mom being possessed. When that chair went upside down, I was like, oh shit, that's awesome. Oh shit, that's awesome.
That was... They had a lot of cool scenes.
Yeah, and when the towel split open to show the face in the mom.
Yes.
They did a good job of making Caroline look like Bathsheba, but still like Caroline.
Mm-hmm.
It was really good. Really, really good. They killed it. They knocked it out of the park. All right. Haunt scenes, before we get into fun facts. Demon on the cabinet, because that'd be really easy to do. And you're not really looking up at cabinets. And I've been touched from the top of shit a lot in haunts.
Yeah, you actually had your hat taken and placed back on.
Yeah. I'm wearing the hat. Get over it. Camera flashes. They set up the cameras as like a ghost hunt. So if you did a scene where you have like a guide saying we're looking for ghosts, and when the flashes go off, that means they're here. You can have flashes go the hallway
as you're walking down the hallway.
Cheap get up.
Yes.
Add a little creepy piano music in the background, and you can do it for like $30.
Yeah.
Cool idea. Be
That is
creepy.
cool.
You're gonna freak people out, especially if you have the old sound flash bulbs, like the psh, psh, psh.
I'm sure they could do that with
I'm sure they can do it with plenty of
a
room.
sound machine or something.
Oh yeah. And the next up for haunt scenes, crosses moving and shaking on the desk. That was creepy.
That was creepy.
It was really done. And that'd be easy to do. That's what we got for haunt scenes. Let's move on to some fun facts. I know a little bit about this movie, but I'm really looking forward to seeing what I don't know. Alright, let's do it. The real Perrin family visited the set of the film.
Interesting.
Wow. 8 generations of families lived and died in the house before the Perrins moved in. Andrea Perrin suggested that some of the spirits from the families never left. Deaths include 2 documented suicides, a poisoning, the rape and murder of an 11-year-old girl, 2 drownings, and 4 men who froze to death. Most deaths occurred with the Arnold family, from which Bathsheba Sherman was descended. Wow.
That's insane.
The film was shot in chronological order. When the movie was shown in the Philippines, some cinemas had to hire Catholic priests to bless the viewers before showing it. This was due to some viewers having reported a negative presence after watching the film. The priests also provided spiritual and psychological help to viewers. The film contains no titties or no sex or nudity, little profanity, tame and mostly bloody violence, and brief depictions of alcohol and no smoking. Yet it received an R rating solely for the scare factor.
Wow.
That's impressive. For a horror?
Yes.
Wow. The film was given an R rating by the MPAA. The filmmakers had thought the final cut had a chance of getting the more box office friendly PG-13 rating and asked the rating board for clarification. The MPAA said the film was just so scary that there were no cuts or edit possible that would make it a viable PG-13 film. The filmmakers did not want to alter the film's tone and accepted the R rating. Nobody wants to go to a PG-13 horror movie.
No, they do not.
Go make a rom-com if you're worried about this shit.
No, they don't.
Patrick Wilson and Vera Farmiga both traveled to Connecticut to meet with Lorraine Warren prior to the filming. The Warrens also investigated the Amityville.
Which we knew that.
Yep. The production team built a 50-foot tall tree for the film.
Oh, wow.
So they built that tree. Probably pretty hard to find that
I
type
know,
of tree.
and I even said that. I like that tree.
Yeah. The state of Rhode Island does not require home sellers to disclose documented histories of a location's criminal activity. You sons of bitches. Let alone alleged paranormal and supernatural hauntings to potential buyers. This is why the Perrins were unaware of all previous events.
I don't think Jersey's like that. I mean,
No, you have to tell.
if your house is haunted.
No, they're not haunted, but if a murder occurred, you have to
Oh,
tell
a
in
murderer
Jersey.
card. Yes.
But they had 30 murders here. And they never had to tell them.
No, that's true. That's strong.
Director James Wan modeled the film's cinematography and atmosphere after vintage 1970s horror films. He did. It did feel a lot like Amityville.
It did.
Yeah. The original. With,
Yes, the original.
Yeah. The film box office broke records after bringing in a total of $41 million during its opening weekend. It stands as the third highest grossing opening weekend for an R-rated horror film behind Paranormal Activity 3 and Hannibal. The Conjuring made a total of $137 million in America alone.
Wow. That's a lot of dough.
In the original case, Ed and Lorraine Warren were kicked out of the house as they were not able to help the parents. I knew that.
I didn't know that.
Ed Warren and Lorraine Warren investigated the Perrins Rhode Island farmhouse in 1973 and 74.
We knew
A movie based on the Perrin family house has been in the works for over 20 years. It first surfaced when Ed Warren played a tape of his interview with Carolyn Perrin to producer Tony DeRusso groomed. 20 years. The production eventually scouted a number of farmhouses to shoot in the Cape Fear region of southeastern North Carolina until they found the house featured in the movie. It is located on the Black River in Pender County. They only filmed the exterior of the home. All interior shots were filmed on set at Screen Gem Studios in Wilmington, North Carolina. That's impressive.
that is.
Director James Wan was working on the script one night. He had just adopted a new puppy who started staring at a supposedly empty side of the room and began to growl aggressively. Wan stated that his dog's head then followed something all around the room, but he didn't see anything. Andrea Perrin wrote a 3-part book based on her experiences in the house titled House of Darkness, House of Light. Experiences written about in her book also appear in the film. Perrin cites the film as a work of art and not a work of fiction. Huh.
The Conjuring had a working title of the Warren Files.
And, I kind of wish they kept it with how it kept going.
Yes.
Lily Taylor researched The Exorcist to prepare for her role. And she did a great goddamn job.
She did.
The screaming and the possession and the fear. Director James Wan wanted to take the feeling of the original The Haunting and apply it to The Conjuring. He almost got there. This film marked the third collaboration between James Wan and Patrick Wilson. The pair also worked together in Insidious and Insidious Chapter 2. The mother of the Perrin family claimed to have felt the same strange dark presence, similar to when she first experienced the occurrences depicted in the film. She later tripped and suffered some wounds, which put her in the hospital.
Wow.
Wow. When the real-life Perrins visited the set location in North Carolina, they felt a cool wind whip through the set. They also noticed that the intense sudden draft did not move or shake any trees. That's crazy.
That's creepy.
According to Andrea Perrin, the eldest daughter of the family, who was a consultant for the film, she believes the dark spirit that haunted their home was not Bathsheba, as Lorraine Warren had sensed, but was Mrs. Arnold. The Arnolds were the original farmhouse owners before the Perrins, and Mrs. Arnold hung herself in the barn after her husband had died. She was 93 when she did this.
Oh, wow.
You could have just waited a little bit.
Right. How much longer could she have lived?
This is the first collaboration between actor Patrick Wilson and actress Vera Farmiga. They followed this with the sequels to the film as well as the action thriller The Commuter. And they could continue playing these two. I really like the job they do.
Yes.
I mean, it was fantastic. The Now Playing podcast reviewed The Conjuring. The film received 3 not recommends. You're wrong. The elder woman in the front row of the classroom when Carolyn is listening to the Warrens' presentation is Lorraine Warren.
Never even
The
picked
camera
her up.
stopped on her for a little while. All right. The real Lorraine Warren and Andrea Perrin served as consultants to director James Wan and the screenwriters. They both claim the movie is accurate to the real story of what happened to the Perrins during the 10 years they lived in the farmhouse.
10 years.
Could we move right now? No. People just can't leave.
By 10 years, I can get the hell out of there.
You just can't get up and leave. That's what sucks. Well, that's pretty much it from the fun facts. We learned some stuff.
I did.
Yeah. I mean, take it what you will with the Perrins. I mean, I'm sorry. The Warrens. There's a lot of suspect. There's a lot of truth. There's a lot of fake. But these movies got to keep going. There's
They're
a lot of
making
stories
money.
to tell. Yeah. And these two are great together.
They are.
People are like, oh, they were a hoax. We shouldn't be making these movies. He invades your dreams and kills you. That's real. And come on, guys. But yeah, I'd like to see the Conjuring Universe continue. It will continue here. I think we move on to Conjuring 2 next. I believe that's next on the...
I think so.
Yeah, we'll watch that tonight. Maybe get some recording in this week so we can be well in advance. But I hope you guys enjoyed the stay. If this doesn't look right, I apologize. I'm trying 60 frames per second for this one. We'll see. You got anything?
Nope.
We get to go to a haunt tomorrow.
We get to go. Yes, I'm so excited.
Even though it's not tomorrow, it's like 2 weeks from now.
No.
When you're watching this, it's tomorrow. Alright, but that's all I have for you today at Halloween Haunts, 365.com, the podcast, where every day is haunt season. Goodbye.
Bye.
Mm-hmm.